What do I see happening in our culture today? I see us fully falling into the traps of the Laodicean church. I see us taking on their same arguments. Well, we're rich, Jesus, look at our economy. Jesus, we're healthy, look at all of our vaccines. Jesus, we're fashionable, look at all that we have. And Jesus is looking back at us saying, it's time to change. It's time to repent. So where does that start? That starts with us in the pulpit. It starts with people like me repenting for trying to be rich in the worldly sense and not serving you in the Christian godly sense. I, as a pastor, have to repent if the only reason why I serve you is so that I can have more money, more book sales. We need to hold our pastors to a higher standard. Pastors for too long have looked at the ministry as a way to come up. What about when ministry costs you something? Peter didn't come up in ministry in the sense of getting more notoriety, more prestige, more money. He got crucified upside down and martyred. Church, wake up, starting with the pastors. How about the people? You coming to this church going, well, I'm not a pastor. How do I wake up? Well, that's actually who he's talking to, isn't it? People like you, just like me, because we're all going to be held accountable for what goes on in this city. You need to stand up for righteousness. I'm tired of being out on the streets feeling like we're the only ones and then having to get into arguments with the only other Christians we meet. Hardly ever will I meet another Christian out there, and then if I do meet another Christian, what do they want to do with us? Well, is this effective? You know, TJ. Is TJ effective out here? Well, I like what D.L. Moody said. I like better what I'm doing wrong than what you're not doing right. Show us how to do it then. Show us, okay? We'll take the Eagle here at Logan. You go over here and take Humble Park. Show us how to do it. Don't Monday morning armchair quarterback the ministry. Show us how to be on your job, Christians. How do you go to your job and stand in righteousness? How do you make a stand in your family? Don't compromise. Why is it everybody right now can stand up for what they believe in, but the Christian feels ashamed of what they believe in? This is not a battle we're going to win with physical ammunition and warfare. We're going to win the battle of the mind through the heart. We're going to see hearts change and worldviews change. We need to preach to them to get there. The worst thing we can do in this culture is to tell the lukewarm person who thinks they're right with God that they're okay. That's the worst thing we can do because they all think they're religious. Even though we still have a growing population of agnosticism and atheism, the number one person that I meet that hates what I'm doing is a Christian, supposedly. The guy that I argued with yesterday was a Catholic. I was raised Catholic. I still know this. I still sometimes believe this, but they're inconsistent. They're lukewarm. So don't make excuses, brothers and sisters, and say, well, I'm not as bad as this one. I'm not as bad. Are you lukewarm is the question. Because if you're not representing Christ on your job, you're lukewarm. The people on your job at this climate that we're in should know you're a Christian.